Alright guys, I finally finished the Phase 1 animated Clone Trooper helmet. Now I'm going to go through all of these helmets right here. Well, I wouldn't call that a helmet, we're not going to worry about that right now. Anyways, we got the Phase 1 animated one from RJR Productions, the Phase 1 realistic style from Meshmaker, I think is the YouTube name, I'm not positive. And then there's that thing. Um, so we'll start off with this. So this was kind of just like what I was trying to do with like a sketch or something to try and figure out how to build one on my own, which as you can see did not work out at all. Yeah, so here we got Meshmaker's helmet. Now I did put resin over this. I should put more, but since I got this one done, I'm just gonna put it all on that one. So this one is supposed to be realistic style, but all the pieces did not properly get cut out because the template and video were both insanely confusing. Plus you look at the back part and you're like, what is that? Because it's really bad. So yeah, there's this now. Again, I probably could have put more resin on this, but I'm not going to worry about that because I got this helmet. So, moving on. We have RJR Productions Phase 1 Animated Clone Trooper helmet. This one is insanely good looking. You can see the bottom ring around the neck is almost perfect. Well, the cutout was, but the way I did it, it doesn't look very good. Now, I wasn't sure this would fit my head with the way my printer prints, but I was able to print this out on my own printer at home. It was super easy. No fancy A3 paper like the one over there, just regular sized paper. And this one is really nice because he doesn't make you waste paper. So things that need to be cut out twice, like let's say these earpieces on the side, he has you sort of mirror it. So you take this main base piece right here, and then when you cut it out with, or draw it out and then cut it out with the template, then you mirror it and do it on this side. And it was pretty difficult at first, but once I got used to it, I understood a lot. The most difficult part for me was actually the dome up here. So as you can see, it's not properly filled in. It's very rough looking. I had a really rough time trying to cut it and sketch it out. As you can see in here, it's pretty bad. But it looks pretty decent though. So, I mean, I could just try and, level it out somehow with more pieces of cardboard. I don't know if I will, but I might. And then the other hardest part was these cheek parts. Now, it's just one really simple piece you cut out, and then you glue it onto the side here. But the reason it was difficult is because the first time I glued it to the faceplate right here, I glued it to the faceplate, and I didn't finish the video and see that he said to add this little piece of cardboard. Now, that wasn't in the template, so it was, it was still my mistake, though. I should have finished the video, but it was still very confusing. But after I did it and cut it back out, it looks pretty good. And then I didn't cut out the chin detail here because I just didn't want to. Then the fin doesn't line up perfectly with the dome. That's because the way I cut out this main strip on the dome was weird. Other than that, everything else fit pretty well together. This back piece right here, as you can see, looks a lot better. But it was confusing for a little bit trying to get everything to fit together, because this area right here, and then this other back strip right here are separate. So right here is where it separates this one and this one. So it was confusing when I glued this on. Then I was like, all right, how do I stick it to this earpiece? Well, I just used a bunch of hot glue and just put a bunch in there. And then on this back ring, as you can see, it reaches around right here, I think. And so trying to get everything on the back was really difficult to fit together. But I took my time and I put in this back piece first. And then I worried about this bottom neck ring rim thing. And it looks pretty good, I'd say. So overall, pretty it was kind of difficult, but it was a lot better than Meshmakers, which was the free template I used the first try, which is the one with resin on it. I do still have to put epoxy resin all over this helmet, and I got to do like 2 or 3 layers or something like that. But it shouldn't take forever, and it's the only time-consuming part really is the drying process. Then I will sand it and use Rust-Oleum filler primer, which will fill in some of the gaps and imperfections. Probably not these ones, but it will fill in like the small gaps, like right here and stuff. It will kind of level that out. So yeah, but other than that, everything went pretty smoothly. So I gotta still resin all of this. I'll give you guys an update once I'm done. But as you can see, it was a very rewarding finished build. So I will probably try and record a video of going into a little more in-depth tutorial on this helmet. But I won't show like the full process just because I don't want to, it's his template, not mine. And so, yeah, but I will try to give you guys like a better example of how everything goes together and how to cut everything out and get it to all fit together properly. And yeah, but I am going to finish up this helmet, put resin and stuff all over it, and then sand it and prime it, and hopefully it goes pretty well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.